Just like one half of a pair of gloves, some organic molecules have a mirror image of themselves. These so-called handed or chiral molecules are essential for life, and have been found in meteorites on Earth and comets in our solar system. But none have been detected in the vast reaches of interstellar space, until now. A team of U.S. scientists used highly sensitive radio telescopes to discover the first complex organic chiral molecule in interstellar space. The molecule, called propylene oxide, was found near the center of our galaxy in a huge star-forming cloud of dust and gas known as Sagittarius B2. The results demonstrate the existence of an important new class of molecules in space. SGRB2 is roughly 3 million times the mass of the Sun and located in the center of our Milky Way. This is the first molecule detected in interstellar space that has the property of chirality, making it a pioneering leap forward in our understanding of how prebiotic molecules are made in the universe and the effects they may have on the origins of life, said Dr. Brett McGuire, a chemist at the National Radio Astronomy Observatory in Charlottesville, Virginia. Prebiotic molecules, or the building blocks of life, depend on this property of chirality to function. For example, all living things exclusively use the right-handed form of the sugar ribose, the backbone of DNA, and the amino acids that make up the proteins in our bodies are all left-handed. By discovering a chiral molecule in space, we finally have a way to study where and how these molecules form before they find their way into meteorites and comets, and to understand the role they play in the origins of homochirality and life, Dr. McGuire said. Living things are selective about which handedness of a molecule they use or produce. But the source of this chiral bias or homochirality on Earth is still a bit of a mystery. Homochirality is one of the most interesting properties of life as we know it, said Professor Jeffrey Blake, Professor of Cosmochemistry and Planetary Sciences and Professor of Chemistry. How did it come to be that all living things use one enantiomer of a particular amino acid, for example, over another? If we could run the tape of life again, would the same enantiomers be selected through a deterministic process, or is a random choice made that depends on a tiny imbalance of one-handedness over the other? If there is life elsewhere in the universe, based on the biochemistry we know, will it use the same enantiomers? The researchers think the answer may be found in the way these molecules naturally form in space before being incorporated into asteroids and comets and later deposited on young planets. Meteorites in our solar system contain chiral molecules that predate the Earth itself, and chiral molecules have recently been discovered in comets, said Brandon Carroll, from the California Institute of Technology. Such small bodies maybe would push life to the handedness we see today. At the moment, the handedness of the propylene oxide found in space is unknown. As well as having the same chemical composition, chiral molecules have the same melting, boiling, and freezing points, and the same spectra. These spectra are like your hand's shadows, said Mr. Carroll. It's impossible to tell if a right hand or a left hand is casting the shadow. But the researchers think it could eventually be possible to determine if there is an excess of one-handedness of propylene oxide over the other by examining how polarized light interacts with the molecules in space. The Prebiotic Interstellar Molecular Survey is the culmination of a nearly decade-long research campaign with the GBT, said Anthony Ramage, an astrochemist with the NREL and head of the research team. It is an invaluable resource and helps us understand the cosmic origins of this and other similarly elusive molecules. The past few years of exoplanetary science have told us there are millions of solar system-like environments in our galaxy alone, and thousands of nearby young stars around which planets are being born, said Professor Blake. The detection of propylene oxide, and the future projects it enables, lets us begin to ask the question, does interstellar prebiotic chemistry plant the primordial cosmic seeds that determine the handedness of life?